Eagle Run 2-3 here. It's late. I should definitely be in bed, but something really cool came in and I got to play with it. You're probably like me. Look at this. This is the Enforcer 1022 from Timber Creek Outdoors. My son and I are having a build off for 1022s. He's using my vintage 1986 or 87. So this is there's the original Action. The Action is older than he is by a lot, not older than me, but older than he is. We've put a Faxon barrel on there, and it's got a really cool suppressor that is from Anechoic. This is the KRG chassis, and he has a really nice tracked scope on top. This thing shoots phenomenal for him. I've got it to the shortest length of pull, and it works really well for him. There's two things about this that are gonna change. Number one, there's something inside of the chassis that is causing the trigger to not, he's having to manually push it forward. There's a couple of things there with that trigger that we'll play with. It's a bone stock trigger. It's not very nice anyway. There's a lot of aftermarket choices for triggers. So we'll probably, it needs to click forward. So we'll probably address that for him. And then the second thing is, I don't think I'm going to let him keep this scope. This is a 4. This is a 4-25, and it's very nice. If you don't know, Tract makes absolutely great scopes. I mean, it looks good on there, the black and gray. I don't know. We'll leave it on there for now. I'm sure this is probably going to have another project that needs this nice of a scope. I have lots of good choices for him, so we can address that. But he's got his cheek riser where he wants it. And I have actually not shot it when it's in the chassis with this scope. I've shot the Action a ton because this has been ours for a very long time. But anyway, nice that it gets new breath of fresh air with a new barrel. So his is in a good spot, but mine is not in a good spot. And that's where we've got some really cool stuff here. I have a Timber Creek chassis that one of my really beautiful 8.6 Blackouts is in, and I love that chassis. And when I saw that they had a 1022 chassis, made a lot of sense to just pick up one of these. So I'm excited about that. They make good stuff, and most people probably don't know about Timber Creek making chassis, which is fine. That's why I'm here. Well, let's take a look at mine. I took the suppressor off and it wouldn't go back on. There we go, a lot better. Ballistol makes everything better. Yeah, nice, okay. All right, so here's mine. This is a Bear Creek 201. This is a bone stock Bear Creek 201. This is the Hogue chassis that it comes in, which you guys know I do not like this aesthetic at all. I don't like guns that go like that and have this style of traditional hunting stock. I am not a fan. I will get rid of it every single time. Now, I was telling this to my buddy Adam at the Hootie Hoo channel, and he says that I am allergic to cheap guns. In fact, he said that I'm gonna get a rash from a cheap gun. So we're gonna fix this because I don't wanna get a rash from this cheap gun. Cool thing about 1022s, one single screw, then you just pop the safety selector to the middle position and you can get rid of that. If you have a vintage or a well-used 1022, these pins right here, if you turn the gun sideways, they'll fall out. This is a new one. Everything's a little bit tighter, but this is the basic Bear Creek 201 bull barrel threaded anechoic suppressor. I have shot this. I'm gonna have to upgrade the trigger. Both him and I are both needing better triggers, but we're just gonna stick this in the chassis, one bolt, and let me show you what it looks like. Already looking better. That is so cool. I love that. Okay, so one action screw. Now the original Bear Creek action screw is very long to go through that Hogue stock. The chassis comes with more of a cap screw style, so just swap out the original one with that. Put your safety selector to the middle, and that guy pops right in there. Okay, so we're missing something. We're missing two somethings. So this is designed to work with an AR-15 grip and then a standard buffer tube. So you could take your regular buffer tube and put that in there. But we're trying to do some precision things, and I got an idea. This chassis here from Accurate Mag was the chassis that we took to Utah and did the 1,000-yard challenge. This stock is screaming accuracy. We got the adjustable bag rider, and we have all sorts of adjustability. Is that overkill for this? Is that overkill? I don't know. Okay, let's I don't know. We gotta see what it looks like. We gotta at least see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Okay. I am liking the heck out of that. It's not needed. 100%. We do not need to do this. But okay, next. Well, you know we're putting a Kung Fu grip on here. We have to put a Kung Fu grip on here. We run Kung Fu grips on literally everything possible. I do have a couple of other grips that I'm wanting to try out, but Kung Fu all the way. That's what this build needs. Dashed. Okay. Well, Kung Fu is not going to work because of the beaver tail. We've been asking Die Free Company to get us a beaver tail free. I don't want to modify this one, so we may have to go with something different. That's a bummer. All right, well, let's try something from Anarchy Outdoors. If you're looking for stuff for a bolt action, Anarchy almost always has it. They have a great website. I visited their shop out in Arizona, and great guys that run that place. This is probably, yeah, that's the right answer. Okay, that's the right answer. Let's throw that on there. Oh my goodness, I love it. I instantly love it. Instantly love it. Let's make sure everything's tight. I'm feeling something rattling back there. Okay. Adjustable bag rider, Accurate Mag stock, Timber Creek Outdoors chassis. Man, that feels phenomenal. The 201 has a bigger little charging handle from the get-go. This gun has fed for me really well, just using regular mags, and it actually has a better trigger than the old factory Ruger. So I never really minded this trigger on here, so I might keep it, or we may do some, I don't know, maybe some FRT things, but for an accuracy setup, look at that. Now, I was hoping that the 1022 chassis had a ARCA. So in order to run, we fixed our ARCA rail from MDT that was falling off. Go back a couple videos, you can see that, but I probably should get an ARCA plate to put on here so I can run that bipod. You know, Timber Creek didn't intend for their chassis to be like an accuracy chassis, but it plays really well with that stock. Yeah, it's overkill, of course it is, but we can't even get the whole thing on screen. Yeah, that's a lot of stock. Might need to be a little longer. Let's see where we're at on here. This is the Telson Target Master scope. Very, very good scope. We're gonna have to get lower. We might need to go a little higher on those rings, or hopefully that goes down. Yeah, it goes down a little bit. We don't really need much cheek riser, as it turns out. Oh yeah, there we go. We're gonna have to play with this scope and get it set up. I think the whole thing needs to move forward a little bit. It's a little bit crammed back there on the end. And you can also see I kind of broke my rule about having this right there on that edge. So it would also help to get this up a little bit further so it plays a little bit better on the interference. All right, I don't know. Do you think my stock barrel from Bear Creek is going to outshoot this Faxon? I don't know. Maybe I'm a better shooter than he is, so maybe I have an advantage. I don't know. We'll have to see if this Bear Creek barrel, I can always swap the barrel out to something else. There's 1,000 options, but for now, I think this is a winner. I don't know. You guys have to tell me. Do you like the chassis build or do you like the KRG? I mean, his is really beautiful, but am I going to let him keep that tracked scope? I don't know. Maybe we should both run Telson optics. That way the scopes are the same. We could maybe do that too. All right. Well, we'll have to take it out to the range and see how it does. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.